goodbye. You know that's going to come. So if you don't know what the words are, but you have a general idea of what they are, then you look at the cue card. It gives you the feeling as the viewer, hopefully, that the person is really searching for what he's going to say. But he doesn't know what he's going to say.
As he is a director himself, Brando is anxious to know exactly what a shot will look and sound like.
You put some rhythm behind it. Who the hell? Electronic goo-goo? Good.
Just like the very top.
You'll be there. You there to do it like that? Just, right, and on day you switch. Try it. Let's shoot one.
These are matters of undeniable fact. I ask you now to pronounce judgment on those accused, whose only expression is wanton violence and destruction, and on the woman Ursa, whose perversions and unreasoning hatred of all mankind have finally threatened even the children of our planet.
There are a lot of marvelous actors, and I think it's more than an actor. He has become a legend. He has become a myth.
It's true we do it with Marlon. I mean, he's a legend. He's a true live legend. And I'm very curious about people, and that's somebody that's, I wouldn't ordinarily meet.
They have received the fate they deserved.
Some actors are intimidated by the Brando legend. Others, like old friend Trevor Howard, are reassured.
Thank you for coming in.
Chance for life. That's where we return, folks. Yeah. All right, just watch Mr. Brando, everybody. Eyes on Mr. Brando now.
Brando himself indicated to the crew that film acting can be fun.
You cannot ignore these facts. It's suicide.
I was always impressed with the smile that you got in the morning. The smile that you got in the morning with American crews was all too often in direct proportion to the salary you were getting. And it was 2 teeth for $200,000, 10 teeth for $1 million, and you're getting $2 million. It was the full Flatbush Cemetery.
So,
Two.
so we'd only get as far in this one.
Four.
In this one, we'd only get as far as where's your sticker?
Look at your shoes.
Oh, you see where my hair was, didn't you?
Yeah, but you did this.
Krypton is doomed. In a finely planned blend of computerized electronics, ingenious breakaway sets, and a mixture of models and studio setups, the infant Superman is rocketed to an unknown planet, millions of light years away, Earth.
Shake! Shake! More debris, come on! More debris, keep it going! Keep it going! Start the rise very slow now. Start the rise. Make you move, Marlon. Very slow. Slow. Debris! Feel the shake! Wait!
Films, as you probably know, are never shot in sequence, because that would be too easy and logical. And
films we always do it the hard way. No, really, you just go where the weather and cost and convenience dictate. So from our base here in England, we went to New York to shoot scenes of Superman as an adult before we went to Canada to shoot scenes of him as a child. Why New York? Well, if you ask me, New York is the eighth wonder of the world. No, it's something special about it that's got the kind of madness and craziness and life that sort of confuse Clark Kent, but at the same time provides the all-time great backdrop for Superman to do his stuff.
A typical New York heat wave. Record temperatures up to 106 degrees, a hot and sticky metropolis. The Daily Planet is being played by one of the city's major newspapers, the New York Daily News. Not a location you can keep secret for long. So, for the first time, those fictional journalists, Clark Kent and Lois Lane, come face to face with some real ones. For Christopher Reeve, an exhilarating experience.
A great deal of excitement, because why, as actors, how come we don't, if we want to act, I mean, why don't we just, put on costumes and do plays up in an attic someplace, on a rainy day when no one's looking? No, we want to reach the public. There is the excitement when the public comes out to meet you. So I'd be stupid if I said I didn't enjoy that. Now the question is, will it stay in control or get out of hand? And it's a question of degree. But in my first exposure to it, my first kind of relations with the press and stuff, there's the excitement of they want to listen to what I have to say. They're here to talk to me. My God, I mean, this is also part of being an actor, is that you get a certain fulfillment out of that.
People have been telling me I was going to be a star for 12 years now. It hasn't happened in that kind of big way, and I think I've formed my own character enough at this point that fame and money aren't going to change it that much. The advantages that come with fame and money are nice and not to be sneezed at, so I'd like that. Money, I'd really like to be rich.
Some interviewers have to take pot luck in the streets.
All right, now that's how you prepared for Superman, but how the most difficult role is to prepare to be a reporter.
No, right. No,
How did you prepare to be Clark Kent?
Also with great difficulty. No, I prepare by, first of all, I set out for myself in my own mind the difference between the two characters, and then things that I wanted to use to establish that. And then I just
Others, like famous artist Andy Warhol, managed to lure Superman into their homes.
Is that a Superman fork?
No, this was a spoon, as a matter of fact.
Oh, it's a spoon.
I made this in shop in 7th grade.
You're kidding.
In 7th grade?
Yeah, I went to this private day school. You had to take shop and woodworking and stuff like that. This is a spoon that comes in the Princeton Day School cafeteria, as a matter of fact. No, they can't have it back.
We should go back to school and make me one.
The first scene to be shot in New York is in the lobby of the Daily Planet. Quite a contrast to the controlled atmosphere of a soundstage. Crowds are always a problem when shooting on location.
Here we go. Please don't talk. Give us a break. Right, roll.
Yeah, because I really like to go with him, you know? Yeah, listen, I gotta go Bailey's Sons. I'll see you later, okay? Okay. Bye tonight. Hi, Clark. How'd you enjoy your first night on the job?
Oh, well, frankly,
But when the television crews depart, Christopher Reeve has more time to refine his Clark Kent.
I always thought it was kind of natural.
Yeah. Clark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. No. I think the strongest choice, the best choice, is the one you make first, because it's an instinctive reaction to both characters. And you generally find that later on, everything else is pretty much complications. I found that I was overboard on Clark Kent. We came back during the course of the filming on Clark Kent. We sort of eased him up a little bit because he was just a little too broad. The voice was a little too funny. He was bumping into too many doors. He was just a little bit too much out of control. And I substituted a kind of eagerness and sort of desire to please instead, so that half the time he bumps into the door, the next time he walks through it absolutely, smoothly, so they're trying to keep the audience off guard, not know what he's going to do. It took me longer to get to know Superman.
Between takes, Lois Lane finds New Yorkers not in the least shy.
Sure.
20 minutes.
What? 20 minutes. So we're ready to go. Sure, go ahead.
Hey, Rex, Dick Donner, how are you? Good to see you, thank you.
Director Dick Donner talks syndicated columnist Rex Reed into playing a brief cameo role.
Good. Now the other.
Hi, how are you, dear love? How are you doing? Good. Gonna be a night in no time. This morning you were doing.
Listen, it's simple. You got them coming out, confusion in the revolving door. They're starting where she spots you. This is his first day on the Daily Planet. It's Clark Kent. So he's in awe of everybody. And she says, Rex, how are you? Did you see anything good? And whatever you want. Yeah, it was fantastic. I saw The Omen. No, whatever you want to say.
Oh, Rex, this is
Clark Kent.
Bye.
Lois, wait for me.
You see me going in a revolving door. Well, if anybody knows who it is, it'll be a miracle.
Filming in New York isn't easy. After facing the press and the continuing hassle of the heat wave, Superman's cast and crew have to overcome yet another hurdle. On the night of July 13th, the blackout hits New York and shooting comes to an abrupt halt. But even that can't stop Superman.
Hey, Jim! Whoa!
Excuse me.
That's a bad outfit! Whoa! Okay, Breslau, move these people out! Look up there!
How's that?
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you?
I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. He got her.
Gentlemen, this man needs help. Well, I certainly hope this little incident hasn't put you off flying, miss. Statistically speaking, of course, it's still the safest way to travel.
Right. Wait! Who are you?
A friend. Bye. You know, that helicopter sequence alone took 6 months to shoot. It involved 5 film units working in 2 countries. I actually looked up for Lois Lane in New York, and then I caught her when I got back to London 6 months later. I hope you're not too disappointed to find that out. There were a lot of things that I didn't know when I started playing Superman, because I'd never really read the comics as a kid, and I had to do a lot of research. And one of the things that I found out is that Superman is a multi-million-dollar international industry. They sell 5 million Superman comics in the States alone, and another 7 million every month all over the world in translation. Well, how did all this begin? You probably read about it, but it began in 1933, when a kid who was only 17 named Jerry Siegel was just lying in bed in Cleveland, Ohio, as a matter of fact. He was just watching the clouds go by. And he had a vision, really, of a man flying up among the clouds. So, next day, he calls up his friend Joe Shuster, and within a week, they'd come up with a real, honest-to-goodness American myth. Well, today, there's a whole army of writers and artists and engravers who've taken over for Siegel and Shuster, and they come up with new storylines for Superman.
Nothing. Now, we see we have radar. So what would happen if the rockets start appearing? Russia would see it on their screens, the United States would see it on their screens, and they both would want it for themselves.